It's time for the Brainiac Minute. Get ready. Here's your host, John Boyce. Monday.
Around 3000 BC, the capital of Egypt had the same name as a city in Tennessee. What was it? Memphis. Memphis was an ancient Egyptian city located south of the Nile River Delta near modern-day Cairo. It served as the capital of ancient Egypt during the Old Kingdom and was a significant political, religious, and cultural center for much of Egyptian history. Memphis, Egypt experienced a series of declines, but its final abandonment and loss of significance occurred after the Muslim conquest of Egypt around 640 CE. While the city declined in importance after the rise of Thebes and later Alexandria, and its religious importance waned with Christianity, it was largely abandoned around 641 CE. However, some of the materials from the city were used to build Cairo, so you can still find some remnants of the city of Memphis. I hope you'll join me this Tuesday or Wednesday for a Brainiac Trivia game on Tuesdays at East Nashville Beer Works, Wilson County at 6:30 and at 7 o'clock on Wednesday at Cedar City Brewing right here on the square in Lebanon. Both events are family-friendly and free to play. So come on out Tuesday or Wednesday and play a Brainiac Trivia game hosted by me. Follow Brainiac Trivia on Facebook and Instagram for more information.
Tuesday.
Evil, hypocritical accountant Uriah Heep appeared in which Charles Dickens novel? David Copperfield. David Copperfield is narrated by David Copperfield, detailing his adventures and his journey from infancy to maturity. It was first published as a book in 1850. David Copperfield is also a partial autobiography novel, quote, a very complicated weaving of truth and invention, end quote, with events following Dickens' own life. Of all the books he wrote, reportedly, this one was his favorite. Called The Triumph of the Art of Dickens, it makes a turning point in his work, separating the novels of his youth and those of maturity. Many historians consider it his best work. Come on out tonight to East Nashville Beer Works, Wilson County at 6:30 to play a free family-friendly trivia game. When the weather's nice, we'll be outside in the beer garden with a huge screen on the side of the building as well as multiple TVs. When it's too hot or too wet, we'll move inside where we also have plenty of room and over a dozen TVs. Not to mention a full bar and kitchen. That's East Nashville Beer Works every Tuesday night at 6:30 right here in Wilson County. To keep up with all of my Brainiac events, follow Brainiac Trivia on Facebook and Instagram.
Wednesday.
Operating with the name for the first 5 years they were in business. Under what similar name did Domino's Pizza get its start? Dominic's. In 1960, Tom McGonigan and his brother Jim took over the operation of Dominic's, an existing location of a small pizza restaurant chain that had been owned by Dominic DeVarty in Michigan near Eastern Michigan University. The deal was secured by a $500 down payment, after which the brothers borrowed $900 to pay for the store. The brothers planned to split the work hours evenly, but Jim did not want to quit his job as a full-time postman to keep up with demands of the new business. Within 8 months, Jim traded his half of the business to Tom for the Volkswagen Beetle they used for pizza deliveries. One day, an employee named Jim Kennedy returned from a pizza delivery and suggested the name Domino's. McGonigan immediately loved the idea and officially renamed the business to Domino's Pizza in 1965. Today, there are over 21,000 locations. Wednesday nights, you can catch me at Cedar City Brewing at 7 o'clock for free family-friendly trivia. I host each week in the upstairs event area with plenty of room and our very own servers and bartenders. With questions from food and beverage, sports, entertainment, history, geography, and so much more, you're going to hear at least one question that you'll know. Regardless, you'll walk away entertained and maybe learning something new.
Thursday.
What non-American was the first woman to appear on a U.S. postage stamp? Queen Isabella of Spain. Issued in 1893 at a cost of 5 cents, Queen Isabella of Spain was featured on the Columbian Expedition series. The series commemorated the 400th anniversary of Columbus's arrival in the Americas. The first American woman to be honored on a stamp was Martha Washington, who appeared on a stamp in 1902. 5 years later, Pocahontas was featured, and then Martha Washington again in 1923. Today, there have been hundreds of stamps issued celebrating women from all over the world. Now, if you're ever feeling like you make too many mistakes. Keep this in mind. The most valuable stamp in the United States is called the inverted Jenny, issued by the U.S. Post Office in 1918. It depicts a biplane known as a Jenny. Because of a rush to print the stamps, the plane was accidentally printed upside down. Only one sheet of 100 of the misprinted stamps went into the public. In 2023, one sold for $2 million. So who knows? Maybe your next mistake will make you a millionaire. Probably not, but the chances aren't zero. I hope you'll come play one of my Brainiac trivia games soon. Tuesday nights at East Nashville Beer Works, Wilson County at 6:30, and Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock at Cedar City Brewing. Both are free and family friendly.
Friday.
What tragedy promoted Alan Jackson's song, Where Were You When the World Stopped Turning? 9/11. It was the lead single from his 10th studio album, Drive, in 2002. The song's lyrics center on the reactions of the September 11 attacks in the United States, written in the form of questions. He debuted the song publicly at the Country Music Association's annual awards show on November 7, 2001. It was released that month as a single and topped the Hot Country Singles and Tracks chart for 5 weeks. In addition, it reached number 28 on the Billboard's all-genre Hot 100 chart. The song also received largely positive reviews from critics who appreciated its simple, largely apolitical stance. The song won multiple awards at the Academy of Country Music and Country Music Association Awards, including Song of the Year, while earning Jackson his first Grammy Award for Best Country Song. I love learning interesting facts, things that give you perspective about so much in life. For me, that's what playing trivia is really about. Not really about getting questions right or wrong or if I win or lose a game. So with that in mind, I hope you'll come play one of my Brainiac trivia games soon. I host 5 every single week, 2 right here in Lebanon. Tuesday nights at East Nashville Beer Works, Wilson County at 6:30, and Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock at Cedar City Brewing. Both are free and family friendly.